Yeah, well, I realize that, like, most people wouldn't want to do it when they're older, but could you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. On behalf of the Planning Commission, I'd like to welcome our residents and viewers to this regular meeting of March 12th, 2024. Fairly short agenda tonight. On it, we have one public hearing. Before we open that public hearing, we got one housekeeping item. And that would be the minutes from our February 13th, 2024 regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. With that, then, we'll open up the public hearing. This public hearing is a zoning ordinance amendments to Title 10, Chapters 2 and 6 of the Farmington City Code. And Jared, you're going to take this?
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Chair, Planning Commission members. As the Commission is aware, staff has been working on bringing forward a laundry list of minor zoning code amendments for the Commission's review and recommendation to the City Council. The past couple rounds that you guys have recommended have been formally approved by City Council, and staff is bringing forward another round for your guys' recommendation tonight. This round specifically focuses on performance standards in relation to utility trailer parking and fences. A table outlining the proposed amendments with their rationale is attached. And these amendments are summarized as adding utility trailers to the recreational vehicle parking section, requiring them to be parked on a hard surface, adding a definition for utility trailers, removing the requirement that a site plan or legal survey showing a proposed fence must be submitted to the Building Inspection Division. If you recall, staff discussed with the Planning Commission on keeping this requirement and adding language that a zoning verification form would be required to be submitted, because right now we don't require a fence permit. But in further discussion with building inspections internally, staff is proposing to remove this requirement completely, just to make it simpler for residents and staff, and then adding language prohibiting electric fences on residential lots. And if there's any other questions, the action requested before you is to recommend the City Council approve the attached ordinance number 2024 or 2024-04.
All right, thank you, Jared. This is a public hearing. Just for the record, our audience has no residents or visitors here, so with that, we'll start with Commissioner Teskey.
Yeah, I think it looks good. I think it makes sense, all the updates, and I don't have any questions.
Commissioner Winchell.
No, it looks good. Thanks.
Commissioner Lito.
Looks good, no questions, thank you.
Commissioner Snowback.
No questions, thank you.
Oh, Jared, I guess. No, and I agree with you. It'll make I'm on the fences and not requiring that. And it will make it certainly easier for residents up front. What happens if there's a complaint afterwards where a fence got put on the wrong property line or over a property line? How will that be addressed?
Right, so that's kind of the reason why we don't have probably a fence permit in place right now, is so the city doesn't take on that additional liability if we go out and verify this fence, is on the right property line.
Essentially, it won't change anything.
Okay, so it'll be handled through the courts and not through the city?
Correct.
Correct, it's more of a private matter than
Yeah.
rather the city getting
Right.
involved.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Fences, the last electric fence I remember in this town was 50, 60 years ago, and it was in the alley between Farmington Elementary School going
Okay.
north to the old high school.
Okay.
Every little kid had to walk that, and I think every little kid touched that at least once in their life. And I go, what in the world? But, no, that's a good thing. The off-street parking of trailers, you anticipate any kickback on that? Any issues? I know we went through this a few years ago with, campers, boats, things like that.
We've been, sorry, Jared, don't mean to step on your toes here, but we've been addressing those, or trying to address those anyways. We're updating the code to reflect how we've been addressing them right now.
Okay. And is that consistent with other communities around us? I mean,
It
they don't?
is.
Okay. So it's not unusual for our community to be requiring this and others not? Okay,
Correct.
okay. Other than that, I really don't have it. And again, Jared, I appreciate your matrix of your changes and, in the simple language and, all that. It really is. It's a good piece to read. I appreciate that. So, nothing else. Anything else from the commission? If not, I'd look for a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Motion, a second to close the public hearing, call the roll, please.
Winchell.
Yes.
Teske.
Yes.
Roddy.
Yes.
Lado.
Yes.
Snowback.
Yes.
In front of the commission then is a recommendation to our council amending Title 10, Chapters 2 and 6 of the Farmington City Code. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion for a favorable recommendation, is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and second, any more discussion? If not, call the roll, please.
Teske.
Yes.
Roddy.
Yes.
Lado.
Yes.
Snowback.
Yes.
Winchell.
Yes.
All right, I mentioned this would be a relatively short meeting. Was there anything else from staff?
Nothing, sir.
Anything else from the commission? If not, I'll remind our residents and viewers, our next regular meeting is April 9th. With that, I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
This commission is officially adjourned. Thank you.